What is multiple sclerosis, or MS? MS is a chronic autoimmune disease of the central nervous system. Let's break down what this means. Chronic. This means that if you've been diagnosed with MS, it will never go away for the rest of your life. Now, there are certain types of MS in which you'll have flare-ups and then periods where you don't feel anything at all, really. But MS will always be there. Then you have other types in which your symptoms are always there. Autoimmune disease. This means that your body is unfortunately attacking itself. There are many different types of autoimmune diseases out there, and all are different because of what they attack in your body, all different parts. And we will get into what multiple sclerosis attacks in a bit. Central nervous system. The central nervous system consists of your brain as well as your spinal cord, and this includes your cranial nerves. It does not touch your peripheral nervous system at all. What happens is that in the areas of your brain and your spinal cord, your body specifically attacks myelin sheaths in these areas. Myelin sheaths, these are coats that surround your nerves. The function of these sheaths is to accelerate the speed of communication of what your nerve is trying to tell the next nerve. When your body attacks these myelin sheaths, they become destroyed or at least damaged. So if the myelin sheath, which has the function to assist with quickly communicating information from one nerve to another, is destroyed, we're going to expect that the communication is now more slowed down. And the problem with slowed down communication is that your body isn't going to function optimally, or at least at the pace that ideally we want it to. For example, if it takes more time for my body to send information towards my bladder, I'm going to have less control of my bladder. If it takes more time for my body to get my legs to move or my arms to move, it's not going to move as well as it once did. And this can lead to things like weakness, balance deficits. I think you get the gist. MS does affect the brain and the spinal cord, but it does not affect the entirety of both the brain and the spinal cord. In fact, the reason it's called multiple sclerosis is because there are multiple patches of where the damage occurs. These patches or locations of the sites of damaged myelin sheaths are called lesions or plaques. Within the brain, there are so many different areas where myelin sheaths could be affected. Frontal lobe, it could be the occipital lobe, the parietal lobe. Same thing in the spinal cord. It can occur at the top, the middle, the bottom, one side more than the other. And it's because of this that you cannot absolutely tell a person what is going to exactly occur when they are diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So in a sense, it's almost random. But even so, there are commonalities experienced with those who have MS. For example, optic neuritis is something that happens around 50% of those who have MS. The optic nerve is a cranial nerve, which is part of the central nervous system. This is the nerve that goes towards your eye. So if the myelin sheaths of the nerve that gets information of your eye, it's damaged, your eye is not going to function the same as it once was. And it's because of this that things like double vision, color distortion, as well as blurry or foggy vision, they occur. Vision changes are often one of the first signs of MS. But of course, that doesn't mean that every single person who has visual changes has MS. Now, another common theme with those who have multiple sclerosis is heat sensitivity, meaning that symptoms of MS tend to be increased or elevated when temperature is increased. Lastly, fatigue. And I'm not talking about, oh man, what a long day of work. I'm feeling so tired from studying. I'm talking about, why am I so tired all the time, regardless of how much I sleep or how much tea or coffee that I'm drinking? Unfortunately, MS does not have any cures, at the moment at least, but there are definitely treatments out there, one of which is physical therapy. What physical therapists help with is assisting balance. We also help with strengthening and teaching how to manage fatigue and implement energy conservation strategies, especially when you have those flare-ups. If you're studying for the NPTE, check out our courses at sptwithme.com, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.